right now. Can we parlay that and segue? We'll get to Kentucky in a second, but since we're talking about this, Texas Tech goes into the Phog and beats them. John, I have a hot take for you. Tell me if you think this is crazy. I think Texas Tech, when they are at full strength, when they have Darian Williams, when they have Christian Anderson, when they have they have 8 core guys, when they have all 8 of those guys, I think that this team is Final Four good. Is that crazy?
No,
he also said Missouri was Final Four good 2 days ago. So just so you know, we've got now Auburn. We've got
only 4
Duke. We've got Missouri. We've got Texas Tech. Who else you want to add, Rob? Who else? Keep going. Are those your Final Four teams right there?
It's almost, Jeff. Like when you get to the tournament, crazy shit happens. Because
how many is it going to be? 25 teams that are Final Four good? 25?
How deep would you have to go on the list to get NC State last year?
How many? How many though?
How deep?
But I mean that's not. That's
when are you going to end this?
They weren't Final Four good. They just got insanely high.
No, here's all right. So let's do this. How deep would you have had to go down the list in 2022 to say that North Carolina was Final Four good when they made the national title game? Right? How deep would you have had to go down the list last year?
It's going to keep going and going.
You hate Alabama this year. You hated them even more last year, and they made the Final Four. And if I would have said
I was wrong about them last year, I was wrong.
You would have shot
100%.
It's almost
like
I'm
not going to list 42 teams and say they're all Final Four good.
Yeah, I'm going to list like 12. I don't think I've gone higher than 12. And
we're going to have you list your 12. We're going to have you list your 12.
Texas Tech and Missouri are like 2 of the 15 best teams in the country. And if you think it's crazy to say 2 of the 15 best teams in the country can make a Final Four, like I don't know what to tell you, man. Like
I don't think it's crazy.
They're going to be top 4 or 5 seeds.
You're going to have more than 12. I know you're going to have more than 12.
Jeff Goodman in March of 2023. Miami is not Final Four good. Imagine if I would have said that San Diego State's going to make the national title game in 2023. You would have thrown a Bud Light can in my head.
I don't know though. Like when you say Final Four, to me, there's a distinction between being Final Four good. I know this is going to sound weird, but being Final Four good and actually making it right. Like there are teams that have made the Final Four that they weren't good. They just got hot. Like if Texas Tech makes the Final Four, they will have deserved to be there because of if they have Chance McMillan and Darian Williams against Houston earlier in the week, that's probably we saw it today. Like that's probably so it would not. It's not like they're an uninvited guest. NC State was an uninvited guest last year. They were a shit show. So I think there is a distinction between those two discussions, right?
They still are. They still are a shit show. That shit show has not stopped, John. That shit show has continued.
Yeah. No, I said on Twitter today. I think
you think Kevin Keith really cares? I think he's got about 25 million reasons why he doesn't care.
No, I'm not saying he should care, but if you like there are trivia question in 15 years, like who was they're gonna list the 3 Final Four teams, and then they're gonna say who was the 4th, and nobody's gonna remember who it was. Like it's gonna be incredibly.
Kevin Keats' wife will. She'll remember.
Mm-hmm.
You're exactly right. All right. So yes, obviously a big win for Texas Tech. I don't know if you had any additional thoughts, Jeff, before we move on there, because there's
I love Tech. I love this Tech team. I've grown to love them. I think again they've got shooters all over the place. They've got a big in JT Toppin who's worth every penny. We talk about some of these big men. Think about that these programs overpaid for that have not delivered. And then you look at JT Toppin and what Texas Tech gave him. Imagine JT Toppin on North Carolina this year. Imagine the difference if North Carolina had paid and got JT
Final Four good. Final Four good.
Doster would have him as number 43 on his list. Absolutely. No, Texas Tech's for real. They're for real because they guard. They're tough. They can make shots. They've got – as Rob said, Darian Williams is awesome. Christian Anderson's one of the best freshmen in the country. They got they got a hell of a coach. They've got culture. They got all of it. Yes. Listen, Texas Tech, I'm with you. Missouri, I'm not there. I'm not there. They're not Final Four good to me.
I think the thing about Texas Tech that is the most underrated part of what Grant McCaslin has been able to do there is the role identification and the talent identification and the ability to go out and get people to do very specific jobs in the portal, right? Like Darian Williams, I think I texted this to you guys earlier today. I think he's literally the most underrated player in college basketball. He averages like 15, 7, and 4 assists. He shoots it from 3. He's switchable defensively. He gives you a secondary creator in the half court. He understands how to play. He is that perfect connective piece, but he can also do things like, hit the big shot, the dagger in the final minute in Phog Allen Fieldhouse. He had 3 assists in that run at the end where Texas Tech was kind of able to put Kansas away. These guys know what job they are supposed to be doing. They do that job well. And they just went out and they put together a really, really good roster. And when Chance McMillan is making shots and JT Toppin is doing his thing and they're actually defending, this is a really, really good college basketball team. And they're fun to watch, man. They're fun to watch. And I'm not just saying that because I got this cool hat.